Okay, so welcome to part 2 of this week's episode. If you haven't checked out the general overview of Sartorial by Penhaligon's, you can do so right now in the card in your upper right. And that is, again, just the general overview. I gave that, in that part 1, a 4 out of 5 sprays because I feel like it's just a niche version of Brut. Nothing wrong with that, of course, because I'm a huge fan of Brut. I myself would probably just rather buy Brut or Brut Parfum. But again, if you want to pay $200 to smell like Brut all day, then I fully understand that, and you will do that with this fragrance. I should have mentioned in the part 1, by the way, there was another one that smells. It smells like supposedly a Tom Ford, and it was like du jour, something du jour, I think, and I can't speak to that one. I just wanted to let you know, though, that others have said that that one smells also similar to this one, or vice versa. To me, it just smells like a niche version of Brut. So, 4 out of 5 sprays. This one is a gentleman's scent. So in terms of gender, I am going to go 90-10. I think of how this plays out, I think you're going to see 90% will be men as far as people who have it, who wanted it. It was their signature scent. They went out and bought it themselves. I think you'll see 90% men and 10% women. This is a classic gentleman's barbershop scent. So we're going to go whopping 90-10 on the split. Now, as far as longevity, projection, and sillage, this one does quite well. You know, this one was kind of all over the map for people online. Some people said it was fleeting, gone in 15 minutes, lasted a couple of hours. Other people said 12 plus. I was kind of right in the middle, so I found this to be a nice 6 to 8 hour. I was very pleased with the longevity of this fragrance, and I found it did get me a work shift. Projection, also, if I'm going to do 3 feet or 1 meter from the body, you're looking at a solid 4 hours, and after that, we'll get closer and closer to the skin. And then sillage coming in and out of rooms, you will get noticed for the first 4 or 5, even 6 hours. The scent trail will be quite nice, and it will garner a lot of compliments, especially for the guys, the gentlemen, right, the 40 and up crowd. It is not an old man scent by any stretch of the imagination, but it is certainly... age group, I would say any age if you like barbershop, but traditionally we would be looking at 35 and up on age, as far as, again, probably the target audience of, you know, a confident, just out of the shower, fresh, well-dressed businessman, gentleman, and you can see where they're going with that. So I'm going to say 35 and up on the age, and then for the seasons, though, I would say spring and summer. But quite frankly, with the barbershops, I think it really comes down to, do you like them or not? And so I'm actually going to say it's an all year round fragrance. I mean, you know, the kind of Irish spring kind of Brut feel to it. I would go spring, though, if you asked me to. I would associate this with it's very, very refreshing and clean and bright. So I would go, and it is an aromatic fougere. I should have said that in part 1, by the way. So it is an aromatic fougere, and so I'm going to go ahead and say spring if you wanted me to, but really all year round if you like the scent. So now, versatility. Again, I would say this one is a great work shift. This is a great fragrance to wear to work. It really is. I think the only thing you would want to watch out for is if you're in your 20s and early 30s, you know, just make sure you don't blind buy this and get the sample, and make sure you check it out before you buy a full bottle, because that will be the main thing. It's perfect for work, the work environment. You know, would I rock it on the weekends at a barbecue? Probably not. But again, that's just me with the barbershop fragrances. Excuse me. So that's the way I see it. Quite versatile, not incredibly versatile. Great for work. You know, would I wear something like this on a date night? Maybe a first date. After that, though, I don't see this one as it's definitely not the, you know, in your face, sexy clubbing fragrance to get a lot of attention from the ladies. It's more of a confident, refined gentleman who's sitting back and knows what he wants and knows what he likes. So there's certainly a place for that in everyone's collection, and that's why I gave it a 4 out of 5. Really, really enjoyed it. Seared through it. Sad to see it go. I would just say that me personally, it's close enough to Brut, and that I would rather pay $20 for that Olympic size mammoth bottle of Brut than the $200 for this one. Just me. Let me know what you think. What is your scent of the day? What do you think about Sartorial? What do you think about barbershop fragrances? I would love to know what you think about any of those. And the dog agrees with me as she's trying to kill a beetle. You take care. Have a great week. And don't forget, part 1 is up there earlier. Check it out. That is the overall review. And I will see you next week.